Hi there YouTube, this is going to be a quick look at my deactivated Lee-Enfield rifle which I got about 3 months ago. Of course I didn't buy it because I'm not of sufficient age to buy a firearm, whether live or deactivated. But I did actually use my money to buy it, of course. So I'm really happy I got it, and I'll have another video of my Mosin Nagant rifle. So anyway, on to the review of this, well, sort of review of this rifle. I'm just going to go over the points of what a deactivated rifle can and can't do. So I'll state that I got this from the Antique Storehouse, which is down in Portsmouth. If you know where Portsmouth is, then go and check them out if you're looking into buying some deactivated hardware. They got some very nice guns in there, a large collection of rifles. Not just rifles, they got lots of old stuff. So I'll now show you what they've done to make this a deactivated rifle before I show you any more of it. Right, this rifle is what's called an old spec deactivated rifle. Old spec means it's mainly meant for a weapon that is automatic. Old spec basically means a rifle deactivated before 1995. It's fully field strippable and has fully working parts. Automatic weapons deactivated after 1995 in the UK generally have the working parts welded solid and they cannot be field stripped completely down to their bare components. Bolt actions that are new spec do still function because of course they're bolt action and not automatic. I purchased this rifle with 10 .303 rounds. The stripper clips did not come with it. I ordered those separately off a different site. I did actually go and collect this rifle. I didn't order it. It was not delivered to me, as they will not deliver deactivated guns in the post over here. Well, they wouldn't anyway. But so I'll show you what it can do. The safety works. The bolt will not move. It's safe. The bolt still moves. No problems at all. It's a little bit difficult to do it because of the angle I'm stood, but it will still dry fire, and the bolt still removes. This rifle is fully strippable. I'm not going to do it because it takes a long time, but the bolt can still be removed. And this piece can be unscrewed, but the firing pin has been chiselled off, and you can see the hole there in which the firing pin will come out and strike the primer of the case has been welded over, so the firing pin cannot come out even if it was full length. Sights still move. The magazine is still detachable. It's a little stiff to get out, so I had to lift it up. It's a 10 round magazine. Spring still removable. It's still fully functional mag. This would work in a live firearm. Like I said, this rifle does strip down. The barrel has a rod welded in it, and this rifle of course will not chamber rounds, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Move the camera so you can see the receiver. So if I open the bolt and place a round in the top, you'll see that when I push it forward, it will not go in. Chamber has been blocked. The rounds can still be pushed into the magazine, like so. There's a round in there now. I'll place a couple more in. The magazine can still be loaded, but of course rounds cannot be chambered. So this rifle of course is the Lee-Enfield No4 MkI Star. The MkI Star basically means it was a simplified rifle, or the Star in this case. Well, this one example was made by Savage, and to simplify it for production they of course had the simpler sights. The bolt was slightly easier to remove from the receiver, etc. They only cut 2 grooves in the rifle barrel instead of 4 on a lot of rifles to simplify the process of rifling the barrel. Just move the camera back up. So the rifle in total is 44.5 inches long up to the muzzle, which is slightly shorter than my Moses Nagant by a few inches, but you'll see that in another video. I really like this rifle. The wood stock's great on it, it's in great condition. I'm just going to pop the magazine out and remove the rounds so I can close the bolt. Right, now I've done that. The bolt on this rifle, it's been chiseled off at an angle there. It's going a 45-degree angle, so when you close the bolt and the lug seats at the front where the extractor is, there is still a gap in there, so any discharge of pressure would blow out the gun and probably break the bolt, so there's no way you could fire it in that way. This rifle's got the simplified sights like I stated earlier, and I'll just zoom in on those now. Right, the sight I've got up now is the 300 yard, up to 300 yard sight. Flick it backwards 90 degrees and you get another ghost ring aperture. They're both ghost ring apertures, by the way. And that one is for 600 yards and beyond. So you're kind of going to have to do guesswork for the ballistics beyond that range. Then 600 yards, that's kind of nearing the near effective range of this rifle with iron sights. Unless you're an exceptionally good shot, of course. This rifle's quite unique in the fact that it can hold 10 rounds instead of 5, maximum 11. It can hold 11 rounds maximum if you slide the bolt over the rounds and chamber an 11th round in the chamber. But I don't recommend you do that because it may damage it. So unlike the Mauser, this is a cock on close. What that means is this part of the bolt here is the cocking piece. When you lift the bolt back, it does not cock the rifle, and it'll come to a stop here. Keep pushing on the bolt, and there you go. You'll see the cocking piece stay to the back. And then of course if you lift it up without grabbing it, it has a strong spring resistance. You can see the cocking piece stops there. It's a bit hard to do it with my thumb. There we go. Then of course, so these rounds are sliding around all over the table. Pull the trigger, rifle dry fires. It's not bad to dry fire this gun because the firing pin has been chiseled, so it's not going to crack it or anything like it might do on a live example. Just put the rounds out of the way so I don't knock them everywhere and have to pick them up. Let's go to the front. And the No4 has a slightly different muzzle. This muzzle does actually protrude from the stock, unlike the No1 rifles, because the reason for that was it accepts a different type of bayonet, and as you can see there's notches on there to accept a spike bayonet, which is also called the pig sticker, as it was nicknamed by the Allies. The barrel is, I think, about 25 inches long. So the overall length of this rifle, I'd say the Mauser K98. I've actually measured this rifle compared to one, and the K98 is just a little bit longer, probably about maybe an inch or two. There is no cleaning rod actually on this gun. Of course it did come with this sling which you can detach. I haven't actually taken this whole rifle apart, but it should come apart. Like I said, the bolt can come out, the magazine comes out, the magazine's spring and follower can come out from the magazine, etc. This rifle cost me £450, but due to my love of the history and the mechanics of the Lee-Enfield, I really just had to get one. This is the most expensive one in the store, and it was also the best condition one. Being it was made in 1942, so it's not as old as the older No1s and such. And if I just turn the rifle round, I'll show you the trades that Savage has put on it and whatnot. This rifle was made in the United States, so I'll just show you the little marks of that. The camera, hopefully the camera will focus. I don't know if it will. Right, you can see there it says US property on top on the receiver. You probably can't make that bit out there, but that says No4 MkI Star. And if I just move the camera down, we have the Savage stamp and serial number. It says 3403837, and the S is for the Savage and 1942 dated. As far as I know, this rifle is all matching parts. Seems to be that way. And of course, when you grab any deactivated gun, you should, if it's been deactivated correctly by a proof house, either London or Birmingham, you will find this little mark. Trying to find my finger on there. This mark here under my finger is the Birmingham proof house, to indicate it's been correctly deactivated. So this rifle does have a storage compartment, and I've bought a few little accessories and goodies for this gun. I'm trying to not let the light get in the way too much, because... Right, so you lift up this rear compartment. I've got a nylon fibre cloth in there just for cleaning the crap off the receiver. And I just turn the rifle up so it falls out. I bought an original wartime production brass oiler, which was really gunky when I got it, but give it a good scrub. There's the oiler, which fits in the bottom of the buttstock. You can fit up to 2 of them in there, max. They should, because I pushed it up and it goes about halfway, so should be able to fit another one. One of the beauties and favourite things about this rifle is mainly the ease in which you can operate the bolt. Safety is located on the side, of course that's the safety. When it's down by just above your thumb there, is in a safe position. When you want to open the bolt quick, you just push it forward and lift the bolt up like so. Pull it back, and there you go. Bolt's very smooth on this gun. It looked stiff earlier, but that was just the angle I was sat at. This rifle is in almost perfect condition apart from the bolt. And I'll just remove the bolt so you can see why, apart from the bolt, it's almost in perfect condition. There's a little bit of rust on top of there. Oh, it's on the other side. A little bit of rust on, hard to see because of the shadow. There's a little bit of rust in there. But other than that, the metalwork's great on this gun. There's very few scratches on it. The wood stock's got very few, like, so-called war wounds on it. Looks great. Another notice, if you want to ever close the bolt on a rifle without cocking it, this especially counts for cock and close, just when you meet the resistance, where the sear is pushing on this bit, which is what compresses the spring, just push it to the sear, hold the trigger down, and simply push quickly. And there you go. Just hold the trigger down whilst you push on the cocking piece, and that will close your bolt for you without cocking it. So if you want to go and get one of these rifles, I'd highly recommend it. You won't be disappointed. The wood on these is absolutely lovely. It's really smooth. This gun's really nice. This is one of the versions where the trigger is actually attached to the guard and it's not attached to the inside of the rifle. So when you unscrew this piece, the trigger will come out with it. So that makes the trigger more reliable in a sense. I just noticed a bit of oil in there. I should clear that off in a minute. So this has been my quick look at my deactivated Lee-Enfield rifle. I could actually talk about it for an extremely long time, but that would really go over time. But I really love this rifle. Really great gun. Served us in both world wars. Not this particular model, but the basic pattern concept of the rifle did. And it's still favoured now by not the best people, aka the Taliban and whatnot. I heard a story about 2 US troops actually getting hit by one of these by a sniper from about 800 yards. They took the sniper out and he had one of these rifles and a big line of 303 cartridges lined up next to him. So that's what this rifle can do with someone who can shoot well with it. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching my video. Go grab one of these rifles. They're really great. It's a lovely antique to have in the house. It's fully safe and deactivated and fully legal under UK law. So you can display it anywhere in the house as long as it's not visible to anyone on the outside. So thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and any questions are welcome. Also check out the website for the Antique Storehouse. They've got some very nice stuff in there if you like all this antique stuff. And I'll see you in my next video.